it is just full of tension, isn't it? Opposites. Casting away the works of darkness, putting on the armor of light, mortality, immortality, humility, and glory. It is a prayer that picks up all the themes of this season that we begin to celebrate this Sunday. The season that looks backwards to the humble birth of Jesus and looks forward to his glorious and powerful return. But I think that Luke, whose gospel we began to read in the beginning of year C here, in fact, just a little commercial. Last year, the Diocese of Southern Ohio had a big read. We all read Exodus together. I hope you did. And this year, we're sort of reading the New Testament Exodus, which is Luke and its sequel, Acts, the Acts of the Apostles, which is all about the movement of the church out into the world. So today, we start. Anyway, Luke, along with Matthew and Mark, the earliest of the three synoptic gospels, all of them have Jesus in front of the temple in the last week of his earthly ministry, foretelling that a lot of terrible things are going to happen. Wars and earthquakes, famine and flood. And all of them have Jesus saying, and when these things happen, you'll know that the end is near and it's going to come quickly. But of course, Matthew, Mark, and Luke knew that there were already lots of famines and wars and terrible things going on in the world, and the end had not come. So they had to be understanding Jesus' words already in a different way. And the same is true for us. Sadly enough, we live in a world full of cruelty and misfortune. And it has been like that all along. But the prayer that Thomas Cranmer wrote is really not about the past or about the future. The main word in his prayer is now. And Jesus is always present in our now. We may not live in this life to see his return, but we have opportunity in every minute of our lives to choose between good and evil. That's what this season of Advent is about. It's getting ourselves ready for the now of Jesus' presence with us. Now, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, as I said, all tell us that Jesus foretold a lot of terrible things, but only Luke adds this at the end of what Jesus says. Luke says, "Lift up your heads and look up, because your redemption is close to you." That's what Advent is about. Our redemption is not far away from us. It's very close. It's as close to us as we are to one another. It's as close to these people who are about to be confirmed and received as they are to Jesus as I lay my hands upon them. Jesus is close. His kingdom is here. We gather Sunday by Sunday by Sunday to celebrate that and to lean into that. And as we celebrate the now of Jesus, we begin to learn that his now is not only about judgment, God help us, but is also always about mercy. This season invites us to look the presence of God squarely in the eye, knowing that when we do that, we also have to look at our own weakness and our own sins squarely in the eye. But when we do that, when we allow ourselves to see God fully present in our lives and in the presence of our neighbors, when we do that, we meet not only the judgment of God, but immediately the mercy of God. that's what the gospel is all about. May it be so. Amen. The candidates for confirmation and reception will now be presented.